So when you're constantly sped up for the team and you have been doing PT every day and you're constantly, working out scenarios and you're forecasting their lives, okay, which they don't know about. And they're just like, hey, whatever boss tells us, we're going to go do, okay, whatever he says, whatever it is, right? We're going to go fight for him. And in 6 months from now, you're plotting the course to do rapid deployments. And then, how does someone go from staying so actively with your brain, right? Training that muscle inside of your head and writing out all of these scenarios to transitioning out of the military and into a civilian world, right? What was your process for that, if you don't mind?
Well, I have to tell you, it was hard. I'm going to be brutally honest with you.
Yeah, I want it. Yeah.
That was a major transition. There isn't a day that goes by, even today, that I don't think about it.
Mm-hmm.
And when I first made the transition to leave SEAL Team, which was very hard, they stand you up in front of the entire team and tell you why you're leaving. I choked up on that one. That was the hardest decision in my life at that point. And then I show up a couple days later at business school, and I'm just thinking to myself, what have I done? Because I can't relate with all these civilians who are getting visibly upset because they didn't get 100 on their exam. They got a 92, and I'm sitting here with a 29. Like, what? What are you guys talking about? Like, no one's shooting at you. You don't have to worry about your parachute not opening or running out of air underwater. And they're looking at you like, what? No, you don't understand. I don't get B's. Okay, whatever.
C's get degrees, dog.
Amen, brother. I will tell you that the great transition for me, I had to take the self-discipline that I learned to create my own chart, my own map. A chart is nothing more than a map at sea. And that was around creating goals that I decided that were important to me. And that I was going to create a schedule, like a mission plan, every day, talk through some contingencies and work through just training myself and then finding some people that could help me, because I knew as a civilian there were a whole bunch of things I sucked at. There were only a couple of things I was good at. And that's, by the way, how it works in SEAL Team 2. You have to look for everybody who's better than you to do things. And that goal setting process became my North Star. Because when you really go through the goal setting process, you really start to understand, okay, what are you passionate about? And what is purposeful for you? And linking those two. And in my head, I think of it like rowing my own boat. And when I'm rowing my own boat, I'm the captain of my own boat, right? And I have these two oars in the water. And one I call passion and one I call purpose. If only one is in the water, I start going in circles. Right? I can be super purposeful about something, but have no passion for it.
Right.
You're not going to go straight. Not going to make a lot of progress. I can be super passionate about something, but there's not a lot of purpose to it. Well, then the other oar is still just going to put me in there. But when I put both of those together, it's like you've also put a compass in your boat. And you can start to get going in forward progress together. I don't care which one comes first. And don't anybody here get wrapped around the axle. There are books out there that will say you got to have purpose first, and then find the passion in it. No, you can be very passionate about something and then find purpose, and you can be purposeful about something and find passion. But you need both of those. And then you need the consistency.
Yes.
Just chipping away, taking the stroke every day. Not a big stroke, not lots of strokes, 15, 30 minutes a day of chipping away at something new that eventually will change your direction in life.
I love it. I love the both paddles in the water analogy. It makes sense. The purpose, the passion. I talk with people, whether it's veterans at like almost like a conference where we're getting together as friends and talking about business ideas, you know, helping others, you know, entrepreneurs, and you know, we're all on that same boat at that same time together, right? Whether you're solo and you only have one oar of the water, or you're with a whole group of people trying to make this teamwork, you have to have all your oars in the water. I really love that. And so I'm going to use that. I just want you to know.
Please do. I want you to use it. I want every listener to use it.
Yes,
I
I
want
love
them
it.
to understand that when those two oars are in the water, then the compass in your boat, we all have a compass. The compass is what you decide you want, when you want it, and why you want it, right? And that compass will start to give you the North Star of your direction. You know, and it takes a long time. If you think about going from where you are right now, the place that you want to be, it can be overwhelmingly exhausting to go, oh my God, the place that I want to be is so far past the horizon, I can't see it. And, you know, you hear people saying, well, you got to see to believe. That's not right. You got to flip it. You flip
I think you're right. Yeah.
it to see it, right?
Right.
Got to believe it. And
That's right.
and the believing process can be really hard at times, which is why I hope people are tuning into this show with us and realizing like, oh yeah, I got this and I'm not alone at doing it, because it can be really frustrating taking a lot of strokes and thinking you're not making any forward progress. Which brings me to the last piece of the boat analogy. Your fuel to keep going is progress. Once you start to realize, like, hey, maybe your progress is I took a stroke every day this week. That's all I did. And that stroke is one little daily action towards my goal. That fuel will propel you to do the next one. And that's all we need. We just need enough fuel to take the next action.
That's right. I completely love that. It's purpose, passion, and progress. Excuse me. Yeah, I wrote my bad handwriting, special ed. I was trying to write it down as you were saying it, because it's three P's, right? There's a lot of P's. Proper planning prevents poor performance.
Yep.
You know, passion, purpose, and progress.
Yes.
Yeah, seriously, because you can have one oar in the water and just go in circles, or better yet, I think if you're just in the open water and the current is just pulling you and you're swimming against the current or whatnot, you feel like you're strokes after strokes, you're not getting there. You know, maybe you're caught in a riptide, but if you just keep, you know, calm, maybe swim to the side, you know, get out of that situation and just keep moving and gain ground. Every inch matters towards your passion. And I think what you're saying to me as a listener, because I'm listening to you as well as our other listeners, is on the horizon, you have this belief that there is land, and you have to just keep going towards the direction that land is at so you can finally step on land. Otherwise, I don't think anybody would ever be an explorer.
Yeah. You know, so look, Brad, we can spend a lot of time on this topic. This is a very important topic. When you're in your harbor of your comfort zone, the place you are right now, where everybody is tuning in and listening to us, they could be like, yeah, I'm in the harbor of familiarity. I've been here for a while. I want something more. I want to go beyond the horizon to this
right.
new island that's got beautiful palm trees. You know, we're making the metaphor here.
Of course.
It's our pot of gold, our new place. You can't see that. You have to believe in that beforehand. And then
Right up here.
there is this leadership transition that occurs. And I use this leadership transition. It's a very important leadership transition. It's when we leave sight of land. And that is that place between the known and the unknown. When we finally leave our harbor of familiarity, which I will call mediocrity over time, because we're not growing, we're not really pushing ourselves anymore. And then when we decide, okay, we're going to go explore, we're going to go try this new thing that's out there. And now I'm going into a place where it's unfamiliar. I don't know I have never done these things. These are new things to me. And when you get there, that's the transition between managing your day and leading yourself. And leading yourself means you're taking risk. You don't know the outcome. You don't know. You very well could fail.
Right.
And it's at that point that you start living again because there's a risk involved. You need courage. You have fear. Fear's there for a reason. That's okay. But you have enough courage to fight back the fear, to take the extra strokes, to go for something that other people may say, you're crazy. And I don't want you to listen to them. I want you to just build your swim buddies, your battle buddies, your goal buds that come together with you. Go, Brad, I believe in you. Get on that radio station. People want to hear from you. You go do that.
Right. Chase it. Go after it. Just keep pursuing.
Keep
Pursue
taking
it.
strokes. Keep
That's
taking
right.
strokes.
That's right. Such a good conversation that we're having, and positivity goes a long way. Especially, if you can just see a fraction of success, it's because you've dealt with a lot of failure, right? You've had to deal with things that didn't go right to see that it went right, right? I mean, damn it, Spock. I'm a doctor, It's like all these things you want me to do, but I'm good at this thing. I'm a doctor.
Yeah.
I'm not going down to fix the nuclear reactor, Spock, man. I'm the doctor, Spock. But I mean,
but
I love it.
You hit on something very important, Rad. And it's why I like being associated with the word unstoppable. Mm-hmm. You see, to be unstoppable means you have to have been stopped. You have to have gotten stuck. It's not like you wake up every day and go, I'm just unstoppable and I'm not going to have any problems and I'm going to sail through life. Like, no. You need the problem. You need to get stuck because the getting stuck gives you the strength and the skill to build forward progress for yourself. We need the friction of being stuck. We need the friction of the struggle. Otherwise, we have no friction. It's like cars spinning on ice with the wheel, right?
Yeah.
A car goes forward because there's friction between the tire and the asphalt. You struggling against the wind and the waves and the water's currents pushing you back on our metaphorical leaving the harbor of mediocrity. Need it. It can't be calm, smooth seas. Then your goal is not big enough. It's not challenging enough. The goal challenge is what is the gift that makes us better and propels us to that new location.
That's right. That's right. And it just kind of goes back to our analogy of boats and you in the surf with a zodiac coming from a rowing aspect. And I think that, they're teaching you to, in combat, you're going to be getting shot at while you have to get out of that surf. Mm-hmm. You have so much more at risk other than just training to get out of that surf, out of those breaks, because, you're supposed to be sea, air, and land. You're supposed to be able to, drop in, swim under the water or bust out in a boat like Navy SEALs movie with Charlie Sheen, like we watch it on the movies. Okay? Get to the boat. Just get me to the ocean. I can smell it. It's a mile away north.
Right.
And so, but they're being chased in the movie. They're being rocket launched at in the movie. They have to kill grandma, take the car to get to the objective in the movie. They have to do all these things in the movie. And that's kind of what, we see. But that training that you're doing in that surf zone, it's there to get you through that break point, that pain point of like, you can do this.
It's to push you across that horizon
right.
that you have already limited in your head. We all have it. Right?
Yeah.
We have these limiting beliefs and they come to us all the time. And our job is to lead ourselves first. That's the single most important leadership responsibility we have. And then how we lead ourselves, well, then that influences how we lead others and how we build a team. So you want to become a better team leader? Become a better leader of yourself.